Welcome to Vet Zone, where passion for animals, science, and medicine lives. Most everybody poops. Curious cases in evolution. Most everyone has heard of the Japanese book titled Everybody Poops. It tackles the issue of shame that surrounds defecation, but for the biologic record, is inaccurate. There are several species of animals that do not have an anus, and even a couple that lose their anus. Talk about shame. How do you explain that one to your friends? Veterinarians often diagnose one of these curious little non-pooping animals. During a few of my lectures, I have asked veterinarian audiences to name a common species that doesn't poop. And the most common answer I get is girls. Girls don't poop. While I have no intention of tackling that particular mystery, we will talk about a common diagnosis of an organism with no butt. When humans and animals become infected with most mites, their immune system reacts violently. The skin erupts with inflammation as the body tries to fight off the unwanted incursion. This results in severe itching, pain, hair loss, and scabs. Examples of such mites would be Sarcoptes and Sauroptes. Recognition by the immune system does not benefit the parasites, and in fact makes their life harder. The immune system's vigilance extends beyond direct detection of the organism to any trace evidence of their presence. Where there's horse manure, there's horses, and where there's cibala or mite poop, there's mites. Hence, mite fecal material presents a strong immunogenic trigger. The mite known as Demodex has evolved to coexist undetected in many different species, including dogs, mice, horses, and even people. That's right, you. And as you age, the chances that you have this mite living in you becomes greater. Most often you will never know. They will feed off of you, sexually reproduce with one another, live and die, all happening in places like your eyelids. They will do everything except poop. They avoid immune detection by holding their waste in large cells within their gut and never defecating. Since they only live a couple of weeks, this doesn't pose much of a problem for them. After they die, their bodies shrivel, and their hypoallergenic surfaces encases the feces, and the body either becomes degraded by macrophage immune cells or just sloughed off with their own dead skin cells. Dead Demodex mites can release fecal material and bacteria, however, Demodex typically keeps their numbers low. When MDs and DVMs diagnose Demodex in conjunction with clinical signs, there's roughly 10 times overabundance of the mite in the affected areas. Immune dysregulation of the host likely plays a part in disease associated with Demodex mites. What other non-pooping animals can infect us? In general, flatworms, such as flukes and tapeworms, don't have anuses. Flukes must egest their waste from their mouth. Note to self, don't kiss flukes, no matter what. To be fair, in the case of some tapeworms, like Taenia saginata, the beef tapeworm, it doesn't have a digestive system or mouth either. So the absence of an anus hardly seems out of place. They absorb their food through their skin. Don't feel too bad for them though. The gold-speckled or marine flatworm, a free-living, non-parasitic worm in the Pacific Ocean, boasts multiple anuses along its backside, so makes up for the other flatworms. Despite this oddity, they mesmerize scuba divers and ocean photographers. We've included a video link to this beautiful creature on the post at myvetzone.com. While scorpions don't parasitize us, they can frighten, sting, and generally disgust us. When they defecate, their exit is at the tip of their tail just before their stinger. If they lose their tail, they also lose their ability to relieve themselves. And, like large, land-bound demodectic mites, they roam the world while filling their own abdomens with their waste. While most everybody poops, we learn that some animals have adapted to live without it. It allows them to avoid detection while residing in our eyelids, or absorb nutrients through their skin while safely living in our bowels. Sometimes, scorpions give up their right to defecate during a skirmish, in exchange for being able to live another day. So, no buts about it. Life is strange, life is weird, life is endlessly creative. Thank you for listening.